Alright, good morning everyone. It is May 7th, 2026. Happy birthday to Taurus. I'm going to do the first reading for those Taurus and their birthdays today. I'm going to pick a deck, because as you know, I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say. So I choose which deck gets to speak using a regular playing card deck. So happy birthday. I'm gonna get a reading for you. Queen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is Queen. And it is Getting Into the Vortex by Esther J. Hicks. Happy birthday. Let's see what your birthday reading is today. This reading is special for all those born on today. And if you're popping in, you have perfect timing. Please drop your question in the chat and I'll get back to you after this reading. Okay, so for happy birthday. That which is like unto itself is drawn. Everything that you perceive is vibration, and the life you are living is your vibrational interpretation. The powerful law of attraction is at the root of everything you experience. And the never-changing, always accurate premise of this law is that which is like unto itself is drawn. When you give thought to something, you begin the attraction process of the essence of that subject unto your life experience. Once you have activated a thought vibration within yourself by giving attention to the subject, the progression of expansion occurs. Alright, so just a reminder that which is like unto itself is drawn. So remember, this is a law. This is for your birthday. Remember, what is like attracts like, and so focus on things you like, man. Alright, so happy birthday. We're gonna put this deck away, but don't go far. I'm going to be drawing. I have 13 decks, okay? And they all have something to say. So I just draw from my playing card deck to see which deck gets to speak. And I'm going to take a sip of tea and check chat. And I'm going to have tea, but not this one. I have tea off camera. This one's hot still. So I'll get back to that one. Alright, so no chat yet. That's okay. We're gonna move on to the next topic, which is the Dream Bridge. The Dream Bridge. Our next subject is the Dream Bridge. And if you pop in the near future, don't worry, you're here on perfect timing. And I'm just here to do readings, and you're here to receive them, and that's all there is to it. Alright, so next one is the Dream Bridge. It's the Jack, so that's 11. Deck 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, ask and it is given. And this is the Dream Bridge. This is going to help you with any dreams you had yet last night, or the dreams that you've been pondering about most recently. This is going to give you more detail on those dreams. That dream or those dreams, whatever. Like, how many dreams did you have last night? Did you have a lot? You may have had a lot. Or you may have just had one. We're going to let the cards talk about that. I will love where I am right now. So there is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. And we want to assist you in achieving that. But we love where you are right now, even if you do not. Because we understand how joyful the journey to where you want to go will be. Alright, and that is your Dream Bridge. So, you may not like where you are right now, and that's okay. The universe has you covered. It's going to help you get to where you want to be. That's a good message for your Dream Bridge. Alright, I'm going to put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say. They're very chatty. So I use a regular playing card deck to choose which one gets to speak. And I'm going to have a tea break and check chat. Not this tea though. This tea is hot. I have off-screen cooler tea that won't burn me. So that's a plus. Okay, no one's in chat, so we're going to move on to the next subject. The morning coffee. Ooh, the morning coffee. Okay, and if you're popping in now or recently, welcome. This is perfect timing. You're here for a reading, and I'm just here to do the reading. That's how the universe and me have set up. I'm going to do the reading. The universe is going to bring in the people. Perfect timing. Yeah, we're going to have a good time. Our next subject is the morning coffee. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trust your vibes. Trust your vibes. The morning coffee is to trust your vibes. Come on up. The morning coffee, please. The morning coffee. The morning coffee says, time for crayons. It's time for crayons. Alright, so that is your morning coffee. That's number 6. Watch out for the tendency to be way too left-brained for your own good, and start spending more time getting right. Step outside of the box of ego-based thinking patterns and react your psychic excuse me. Reactivate your psychic sense and creative soul with some creative and artistic endeavors. Life becomes sterile and intellectual when you forget to exercise your right brain. This card invites you to release your inner artist and urges you to express your sensual side. Have some creative fun. Color, paint, sing, dance, doodle, and no, just thinking about it won't suffice. You have to do something artsy to get out of the uninspired and unpredictable world of five-sensory rote living. You are presently at risk of overthinking, overanalyzing, and overworking your left brain. All death to your higher vibes and free spirits. It doesn't matter what you do or how well you do it. It just matters that you express your artistic soul and put yourself solidly back into the flow of good vibrations. So go ahead and take your tea and coffee and just bring the energy into art today. So that was your morning coffee. I'm going to put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say. And I choose which deck gets to speak by picking from this lovely playing card deck. Come on, there we go. But I'm going to take a sip of tea and check chat. And we'll go from there. So please drop any questions you have in the chat when I check. And I am having tea, it's just not this tea. This tea is still hot. It's still very hot. Okay, so nothing in the chat right now, but that's okay. We're going to move on to the next subject, which is mental energy. What does our mental energy look like today? If you're coming into the chat, welcome. This is Perfect Timing. You are here with Perfect Timing, and I am here with Perfect Timing to just give you readings. That's all there is to it. We're here to have a good time. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll get to them in a bit. So, mental energy today. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My gay tarot is going to tell us about our mental energy. Mental energy. No. Attaboy. And I read my cards my tarot cards I read intuitively. Whee! That was a good arch. Love that. That's a good vibe. That was a wee vibe, as you could tell. Awesome. Okay, I love that mental energy. Oh, that feels so good. Feels like a good day. Alright, the Guide of Coins. So our mental energy today is full of nature and shiny things and men with wings. So that is really good mental energy. And your mental energy is pretty clear. We're also looking at all the external environmental materialistic things, and that's great. You are just in the zone today. We're flying. That makes sense. Okay, we're flying because it's just a really good mental energy day. You take that mental energy and you go do something with it, okay? Okay, sounds like a plan. I mean, you're raring to go, man. You're raring to go. That's good energy. I like that. I like that. Alright, so that was the mental energy. I'm going to put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say. So I pick which deck gets to speak by drawing from a regular playing card deck. And I'm going to get back to this in a moment. I'm going to take a sip of tea and check chat. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. It's not going to be this tea, though. I have tea off screen, which is cooler. This is still very hot. We have chat. Yay! John! Hi, John. Okay, so John says, hey. Hey, John. Hey, John. How you doing? Did the Norse gods answer my petitions back in September? I thought the spells would clash. I was wrong. John, I have been told by the cards that you're going to have success. But I'm going to answer your question about did the Norse gods answer my petition back in September. So, cards. Who wants to answer for the gods? Which deck is brave enough? No, these are different. Oh, okay. So, did the Norse gods answer my petitions back in September? Well, I'm going to pull a deck and a card for you. Let's find out, John. Did the Norse gods answer his petitions back in September? Okay, number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The supernatural deck. Haha, perfect for dealing with gods. Especially the Norse gods. Oh, Winchesters. Tell us, did the Norse gods... Oh, you're funny. You're funny. Not you, John. Just the deck is being funny for me. You are being... Oh, so hilarious. This deck is so funny right now. I know you guys have no clue because you're on camera and it's all in my head, but it's very funny. Oh, these gods are funny. Alright, they're hilarious. Alright, we have X of pentagrams. So that's 10 of pentacles, which is coins, and is completion, cycles ending, revival. And this is a card of things coming to completion and wrapping up nicely. So I'm going to say yes, they did answer your petitions in September. It's all closed, they took care of it. And John says, supernatural deck, yes. Oh, they're perfect for dealing with the gods, you know. Especially Loki and or Gabriel, whichever character that is, it came through, and he's just hilarious, and I love him. So yes, they did complete what you asked, and that was a very calm response from them, I think. Alright, double bro fists. Freya and Frigg. Awesome. And if anyone has any other questions you want to drop in the chat, go ahead. John, did you have any other questions? Is Christy opening up? Christine. I don't know. Cards. Is Christine opening up? Let's find out. Is Christine? No, that was not pleasant. Calm down, deck. Calm down. Nice arch there. Is Christine opening up? Number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The crows. The crows. The crows have advice. Come on out. Come on out. There we go. Is Christine opening up? It's a new day. She could be. Let's find out what the cards have to say. 1. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. Mimicry. Mimicry. Let's see, I see a crow on a branch and a dog watching the crow. Mimicry. Intuitively, I want to say you're watching her very closely for her reaction. Let's see what the book has to say. 30. Mimicry. The crow's call was so human-like that it convinced the dog that it was its guardian calling out. Although most cases are found within domestic crows, like parrots, crows have an ability to mimic sounds from voices to sirens. Mimicry may arise in a reading if you are in need to consider if someone is putting on airs or is pretending to be something that is not genuine. On the other hand, it may be you that might benefit from a little mimicry. Sometimes we need to fake it until we make it and project a persona that is not our own to get a foot in the door. But be cautious. The truth may come out, and you may be required to prove your authenticity. Mimicry may also indicate that someone is trying to sound or pass themselves off as something other than themselves to gain favor or your attention. You may need to ask yourself if this individual is showing you their authentic self or simply pretending to be something you find more attractive. So, John, I want to caution you to be careful, because what Christine is showing right now is not her the authentic self. So no, she is not opening up. Let's see, John says, I knew they did because the situation was being influenced. It makes sense. Okay, good. I'm glad it makes sense. Just be cautious. No, she's not trusting. She's not giving everything truthfully. I don't know why, but that's what the cards say. Any other questions, Sean? And take a sip of tea. Let John answer. Alright, does she want to talk to him? Does Christine want to talk to John? I'm gonna pick a deck. We're gonna find out. Does she want to talk? Does she want to talk? We're gonna find out. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. Robin Wood Tarot. Does Christine want to talk? Come on out. There you go. There you go. Does Christine want to talk to John? Ooh, that's a nice one. I love this deck. It just, it's like butter in my hands. Gives nice arches, feels really nice and light. But let us see what the cards have to say about Christine. Does she want to talk to John? Justice. Justice. She wants to talk logically about. She wants to talk about rules and laws and facts. She doesn't want to talk about emotion. She's very defensive about her emotions. So this is all going to be thought processes if you guys talk. She wants to talk about the facts. She doesn't want to do anything emotional. And she does not want to talk any further than that. Okay. And let John respond. Well, I'm not sure what facts. I guess whatever facts you and her have to discuss. She wants to be all business. You want specific facts? I can pick a deck for that. Let's get another deck. See what facts. What facts does Christine want to talk about? Let's try that again. That didn't fan out so well. That's better. 2. 1, 2. Oh. Okay. 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 Well, I'm gonna let the cards speak. Because I'm already getting vibes on what Christine wants to talk about. Another break in the cards. Let's see if we can get a good arch for a good reading. What facts? The Knight of Batons. So it's a message. She wants to talk about a message. And batons is wands, so she wants to talk about something that happened. She wants to talk about a message where something happened. And since this is the Witch's deck, it's something to do with magic. And that is the reading I'm getting from the cards, John. And we have Fun Feeds. Hi, Fun Feeds. Good morning. And have a wonderful Thursday. Yes, happy Thursday, everyone. And we have flower emoji, sunshine emoji, hands in prayer mode, which could be also thank you, and green hearts muscles. Ooh, I feel that good vibe. That's really nice. So, I don't know, Fun Feeds, do you have any questions that you can drop in the chat? John says, what do you mean magic? What do I mean magic? So the subject I got from the Witch's Tarot, John, is that she wants to discuss the spells you're making. I don't know why, but that is the vibe I got. And Fun Feed says, I guess issues of spiritual warfare and healing in 2026. Where is it going? Ooh, okay, so we got two subjects here. I'm gonna have a sip of tea, and then I'm gonna draw decks for those. Issues of spiritual warfare and healing in 2026. Where is it going? Okay, so I want to get a read on what this spiritual warfare is. It sounds exciting. So which deck is going to answer us about some spiritual warfare? Sounds very exciting. I'll get back to you, John, in a moment. I'm going to answer Fun Feeds. I'm curious because we're going to answer the 2 for Fun Feeds. And then we'll get back to John. Oh, Fun Feeds get the cat tarot. Very nice. Very nice pick. That's fun. Alright, cats. Tell us about spiritual warfare. It's a fun subject. Well, I should not say it's a fun subject. It's probably pretty emotional, but it sounds interesting. Spiritual warfare. What are the spirits fighting about? They're not fighting over land. That's for sure. Okay, spiritual warfare. Okay, well that makes sense. So this is the 5 of. What was it? It's 5. Okay, so 5 of treats. And it's funny because we are in the month of May. And on this small calendar here in the picture, it is May. So I love that alignment. But we got 5 of treats. I'm just trying to remember which suit is treats, if that makes sense. This cat deck is a little crazy. I love it. I think it's Pentacles. I'm just making sure. Yes, it is Pentacles. So so this is conflict, which makes sense. It's a spiritual conflict. And the spiritual conflict is all about the fact that you have food in the dish. You're not even looking at it. You're just looking up and wanting more before you even finish your first dish. So someone's being greedy, and you've already eaten so much, but you want more. So the spiritual aspect is that the spirit's being greedy and looking for more when you already have something to eat. And that is the spiritual warfare. And then the healing in 2026. Where is it going? Pick a new deck for that. Since it's a different... I feel it's a different question. For healing. Healing in 2026. A lovely topic. I have a feeling it's emotionally healing. Ace, ha, cats again. Good on you. Same deck, same related issues, I guess. See, the decks just know. The decks know. Sympathy time. And while I'm doing this, anyone can drop their questions in the chat and I'll get back to you. We're looking for healing in 2026. Alright, so we have, first off, the Pauper. And then we have, Death. Which is not the worst card. I always have to say that. So, Death is a vacuum cleaner. Death is a vacuum cleaner. We have a 6 of scratching the carpet. That's not a normal tarot card deck. That's not a normal tarot card pull. The 6 of clawing up carpet. Oh, this is funny. Oh. I mean, what would that even be? It might be swords. Let me check. Six. Yeah, because I think it's swords because their claws are out. Yeah, swords and claws. So 6, yeah, there it is. So this is the 6 of swords, and that's all mental. That's all mental stuff. So 6 is cooperation, alignment, and connection. Alright, so healing in 2026 is going to be about your mental cooperation, alignment, and connection. So make mental connections for some healing in 2026. Fun says, excess greed is a big part of it, yes. So, part of the healing of it is going to be the cooperation, alignment, and connection, and that's a mental thing. And something's telling me it's a little bit of communication too, but most of it's going to be mental work. And then the Death card, which is change, rebirth, loud noises, lots of loud noises, and panicking. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say it's unneeded panicking, but it's panicking and change nonetheless. So big change is coming. Major change that's going to require the cooperation, alignment, and connection of your mind. But yeah, it's going to happen. And Lucian had a message, but I see that it was retracted. Well, if you want to reinsert your message, then I'll get back to you, Lucian. And Fun Fee says, excess greed is a big part of it, yes. Like anxiety. Yep, that's that vacuum cleaner. This deck is perfect for you. Any other questions in the chat? I'm happy to answer. All of these decks just want to talk. Talk. And welcome everyone. Welcome. You're here with perfect timing. This conversation was meant for you. Alright, well, I'm going to let the chat build up, and we're going to move on to the next subject, and I'll check back to chat in a moment. We're going to go to the daily affirmations subject. And I'll get back to chat in a minute if you're just coming in. This is perfect timing. You are here for a message, and I'm just here to do readings. That's all it is. So drop any questions or chat in the chat, and I'll get back to you after daily affirmations. Daily affirmations. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Octopus deck has something to say about our daily affirmations. My lovely octopus turret. Come on out. No hiding. Ah, you hid. It's not a popper when it's coming out of the box. It's only when it's shuffling. Oh, that was a good arch. For our daily affirmations. Oop. Ah, nice arch. Ah, the Ace of Swords. Nice. Okay. And I do read my tarot cards intuitively. So, daily affirmation, Ace of Swords. And Ace is beginnings, openings, and possibility. And the Sword, so mental. You're going to be starting something new. Take a moment to refresh before you get started. Just take a moment to breathe, refresh before you get started. Make sure you have everything in order, and then you start. So we're going to take a deep breath, relax, and then start your new thought process. Alright, and that is our daily affirmation for the day. I'm gonna put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks. They all have something to say, and I choose who gets to speak by using this lovely playing card deck to let them speak. And I'm going to choose... Sorry. I'm going to drink some tea and check chat. Let's see. So John says, I'm surprised they did. I've heard you should build a connection first. I guess they wanted to work with me. About magic recently, something about a job. I'm surprised they did. I've heard you should build a connection first. I'm surprised they did. Heard you had... Are you talking about Christine, John? I guess they wanted to work with me. Yes, the job. Yeah, that would make sense. If she wanted to talk business. Makes sense to me. Okay, so let's check though. Oh, okay. So let's turn all this into a question, John. What is the question for the cards? You want to check, but what do you want to check? magic. Okay. So, let's check. The question is, what about magic? Let us get a reading on the magic. What about the magic? What about the magic? The subject. What about the magic? Number 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have to put the octopus deck back. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to mess you up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it is the octopus deck. Alright, fine. You guys are funny. What about the magic? What about the magic? The cards know. I don't question the cards anymore, guys. I don't question them anymore. They just know. What about the magic? That was a good one. You like that one? That was a good shuffle. The King of Wands. Oh, that's appropriate. The King of Wands is the Master of Wands, and wands can represent action and creation, which makes sense that it is about the spells. So what about the spells? The master of the spells is about the person performing the spells. That there's no more than that. It is about the person doing the spells. It's about the person doing the spells. That's all I have to say. Okay, and John has more to say. I guess they wanted the job to talk about. She said, what about the magic? Okay. I'm glad they heard me though. Those spells. The job stuff. Okay. The job stuff? I think the job stuff is a new question. I'll do a poll for the job stuff. Well, let's say, is she wanting to know about magic with a job? I'm gonna have a sip of tea. I need tea for this. Ah, tea is lovely. I hope you're all having tea and or coffee. But let's see, is she wanting to know about magic with a job? Is she wanting to know about magic with a job? Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the gay tarot. The gay tarot has something to say. Well, there we go. Alright, everybody. Thank you. Does she want to know about magic with the job? Let's find out. Does she want to know about magic with a job? Six of coins. And 6 is cooperation, alignment, connection with coins. She wants to know about materialistic I want to say the words properly. She wants to talk about business and money. She wants to talk about cooperation, alignment, and connection with money, which is the job. I don't think she wants the magic to touch the job. She does not want the magic to touch the money or the job. So she doesn't want magic anywhere near the business. That is the vibe I'm getting. These cards in first, and anyone can drop a question in the chat. Ooh, excuse me. So about the job, it's about the job. I have no clue, so I'm just going to ask the cards. What job? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? I have no clue. I'm just going to ask the cards. So it's about the job. We discussed doing magic with each other. We did. I need one question at a time, so I'm going to focus on the job. What job? What's this job all about? For John. Well, I'm glad that you discussed magic. It's about the job. What's the job? It's about the job. We discussed doing magic with each other. Well, we doing magic with each other and a job are two different subjects. And that's the vibe I'm getting. Does she want to talk about a job with magic? And I did just answer that question, and the card said no. Before. Here. So John, let's just pose a new question, because I'm not... Does she want to talk about magic? Okay, there's a clear question. I'm going to stick to that one. Does she want to talk about magic? Oh, why does she want to talk about magic? That's a better question. It's a more accurate question. Why does she want to talk about magic? Why does she want to talk about magic? It's a good question. I like that. Good, solid question. Ace. The cat turrets. Ah, I love that cat turret. We're gonna find out. Why does she want to talk about magic? Why oh why does she want to talk about magic? Why does she want to talk about magic? Why oh why does she want to talk about magic? Let's see. So that's 8 of treats. And treats was coins. And 8 is achievement, expertise, and changes. Why does she want to talk about magic? Because magic can manifest good treats. That is why she wants to talk about magic. Because magic can manifest good things. There's something else here. It's like... Obviously there's food here in front of the cat. The cat is also looking to the owner for more. So I'm gonna say she wants to talk about magic because she wants more of something she has. Okay, and we have more in chat. Yay! Welcome everybody. You are here with perfect timing. Let's see. Pitu W3S. Hello. I wait, but my question is if I should move west or south. Best wishes in thanks. And John says, oh, okay. She knows I do it. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to answer Pitu W3's question is if I should move west or south. Alright, west or south cards. We're going to find out. I'm going to take a sip of tea first. This one is now cool enough to drink. Ah, it's so tasty. West or south? Should Pitu move west or south? Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Octopus turret again. The octopuses are very chatty today. So west or south? Octopus cards. West or south? And if anyone has any questions in the chat, drop them in and I'll get back to you. There we go. West or south for P2? They want to move. That's a good one. Alright, the Queen of Wands. West. Because the card is literally looking west. It's looking to the left. So, move west. And the Queen of Wands is telling you to do this, so it's an order. Move west. And that was for Pitu. Move west. And I like a nice, solid answer. That's very nice when the cards do that for me. Alright, and then John says, oh, okay, she knows I do it. She was saying good morning more. Is she opening up? I will ask the cards. Is Christine opening up? Is Christine opening up? She was saying good morning. Ah, the cat turret again. Was Christine opening up? Guys, I need a clean arch. A clean arch, please. There we go. Is Christine opening up? That's better. Is Christine opening up? Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. I'm sorry. I was mistaken. It's King of Cups. It's King of Cups. I see controlled emotions. Because the King of Cups is the person who has full control over their emotions. So I'm gonna say that she's guarded. So no, she's not opening up. And that's what the cards have to say. Sorry, John. I know why she's wanting magic. She's Filipina? Okay. She's Filipina. Well, I think anyone's allowed to ask about magic. When will the spells manifest? I believe they will work. Well, that's good that you believe. But when will they work is the question. When will these spells work? We're going to ask the cards. The cards are just going to tell you how it is. Queen! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ha! Kind of had a feeling it'd be this one. The cards are going to let you know when the spells will manifest. I believe they will work. I do. Good, good. John says I do. When will the spells manifest? When will the spells manifest? We can do better than that, Shuffle. Come on, guys. When will the spells manifest? That's better. Okay. I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. You cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely or angry or worried or disappointed. But as you look for things you appreciate in yourself and others, as you make lists of positive aspects of past and present relationships, you train your vibrational offering to match the vibration of your desires, and your perfect mate must then come. It is law. So the card is saying it's not really about time. It is looking for you to appreciate relationships. You have to look for what you want. And you have to get into alignment before the spells can come into fruition. And that's what the cards have to say. So John, I know this deck, and usually this line of stuff says get into alignment, and that means energetically. So try to meditate and get into mental alignment before the spells come through. I hope that helps. And John says, it didn't answer my question. So the spells are going to manifest when you get into mental alignment. So that usually means do meditation and the spells are going to come through. And Pitu says, thank you, Violet Hyena. This is fun. Never was in a live reading. Well, now you have. Maybe you'll come back for more. Do you have any more questions, Pitu? Waiting for response from chat. Okay, well, while you guys respond, I am going to move on to the next subject. Because the next on my list was the creative spark. So I'm going to let chat do its thing. Drop any questions you have. I'm going to do this next poll for the subject of creative spark. For all the creatives out there. Oh, by the way, you are here for perfect timing. You're here for perfect timing. If you just dropped in, drop something in the chat. We'll get back to it after this topic. which is the Creative Spark. The Creative Spark. All you creatives out there, how can I help you create a creative spark for today? Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, the Prisma Visions deck. Let's see what it has to say about the Creative Spark today. There we go. There you are. By the way, it's very fitting that this deck wants to talk about Creative Sparks because it's a very pretty deck. It's one of those decks where if you line up the suits, it creates a very lovely picture. And it's just a beautiful deck. So part of your creative vibe or creative spark should be beauty in lining up many artistic things, like when many pictures become a bigger picture. That would be a lovely thing. It's a lovely creative spark. I haven't even pulled the card yet, guys. Relax. Okay, so the creative spark today is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords. And the page is youth, play, and freshness. But it's of your mind. So do something playful. It doesn't have to even be perfect, just playful. Make it fun. Make it exercise your brain. Do something that's fun and yet exercises your brain. It may take a little longer, but I think you'll really enjoy the process. Alright, and that was our creative spark. I'm going to have a sip of tea and then I'm going to look back at chat. And don't go too far. I am putting away this deck, but I have 13 decks and they all have something to say. So I pick which card gets to speak with this regular playing card deck. But first, tea and chat. Alright. John says, can we ask again? Pitu says, there is a person, a virgin. I really thought there is something between us, but he is avoiding me most of the time. Maybe could look if there is love interest or not. Thank you. Sign, Virgin. I am a Pisces. Oh, Virgo. So I think Pitu means that the sign is Virgo. But I don't know, they could be a virgin. So John, we can ask again after Pitu's question. Virgo, sorry, my English is a mess. You know what? Even though your English is a mess, our communication is good, Pitu, because I understood what you meant. It was very funny though, so thank you. So John, I will get back to your question again after Pitu's. There is a person, a Virgo. I really thought there is something between us, but he's avoiding me most of the time. Maybe you could look if there is a love interest or not. Okay, so we're looking to this Virgo, and we want to see if they have interest in Pitu in a love interest sense. So love interest for Pitu. We're looking at this Virgo. Or maybe we are looking at this virgin. Does this virgin have love interest for Pitu. I'm not going to stop laughing at that. That's hilarious. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not making fun of you. I love it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The moon. The moon wants to answer that question. Is there love interest for Pitu from this virgin? From this Virgo. Ah, that was nice. Ooh, good arch. I love a good arch in the cards. Okay, says you and your loved ones are safe. The new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. I have intuitive stuff about this, but I'm going to read from the book first. New moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. There is a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or a moving house. If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. And the Attune to the Moon says, make sure you put your family first. Additional meanings for this card. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Spending time near the water will bring you peace and answers. And the teaching for this card is the new moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The new moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign, and also very emotional. Saying that the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her 2 home signs, along with Taurus. So whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters. Okay. I'm getting a yes vibe overall from this card. But I think that this Virgo is shy about opening up emotionally. Because it's a lot of intense emotions for him. I'm glad you love the moon deck. It's a very good deck. But yeah, I think he may want to get closer. And it's a lot of emotions. So I do think he likes you. He's just not to do with all... He's not sure what to do with these new emotions. And they could be romantic. And I think if you want to start something, you should let him get closer and explore those emotions in a safe space. And that is what the cards have to say. And then we're going to get back to John. Can we ask again? Let's see. I'm just looking back to see what John's question was before so we can ask it again. What... When will the spells manifest? I believe they will work. I think that was the question John was asking about. When will the spells manifest? When will the spells manifest? I'm going to have a sip of tea first. Tea is lovely. I hope you have your tea and or coffee today. So we want to see when the spells will manifest for John. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Octopus deck again. When will the spells manifest? And them coming out of the box does not count as popping. We have ruled that out in conversations before. Because they always pop out. The octopus deck just likes to hide. But when will the spells manifest? The Fool. The Fool. It is the beginnings. The Fool is always the beginning of their journey. The Fool. When will the spells manifest? Sorry, I think that was sassiness on the half of the cards, John. I'm going to draw another, because that was just rude of the cards, and I'm not repeating that. I'm not repeating that on live stream. You can't make me. The Page of Wands. Youth, play, and freshness. They're still being a little rude, but you have to have patience, John. You really have to have patience. You have to let the spells manifest on their own. You gotta stop worrying about them. You have to find something else to distract you from worrying about the spells and when they'll work. You just have to let them do their job. They're calling you a novice and a fool, and you just have to be patient and wait for them to do their job. That's it. So I'm going to look back at chat. Pitu says, oh, I have a T here. Okay. Pitu says, my mom was cancer, and the family thing and moving in west makes everything sense. So the emotional part makes sense for me. The thing with this person maybe has to wait until I completely healed. Okay. And he also have to heal, so still needing patience. I quest, or I will find someone else to love. Oh, okay, so still needing patience, I guess. Or I will find someone else to love. Thank you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Then John says, okay, because you're a witch too, I shared the information and I'm afraid about how effective they will be. John, you have to be patient. All of the readings that I've gotten for you is to be patient. You have to let the spells do their job. You cannot force them to manifest faster. That's just not how spells work. And John says, no, listen. You know the period. I am listening, John. Go on. The Witch's Pyramid. I am actually not familiar with the Witch's Pyramid. I am more of a spice witch. I deal with practical things. To be silent. To be silent. To be silent. You know how you should not talk about the spell work. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, well, I do have a question, John. If you're not supposed to talk about the spell work, why are you talking about it? I'm trying to be vague. John, if that is part of the laws you abide by, then you should not talk about it. You're trying to get around rules that you're not supposed to get around. I was trying to get answers. John, you have to be patient. That's why I asked her it. No wonder the gods are so mad at you. Okay, they're not mad at you. They are looking at you like a child. And that's why they kicked me out of any information. Because I know I shouldn't mess with the gods. You just gotta let the gods do their thing. It's like it's like you are a child. and you're asking Santa for all your gifts. But as adults, we know that Santa is your parents, so they know what's going on. You just gotta trust that the presents are going to be there at Christmas. That's how magic works. You have to trust that it's going to come. And that's why everybody's saying be patient, do meditation, try to not think about it, because you're not going to allow things to work if you're so pent up about it not working or being too impatient. You have to find other things to distract yourself to allow the universe to do what it does with the spells. Boy, the cards are rude. Because they tell the truth. They're sassy. I like them. That's why. So it's like contacting the gods. Why the cards were rude. Magic is in your mind. Yeah, magic is in your mind. I mean, there's no negative connotation in that. Magic is in your mind. Your magic is made by the things in your mind. So, the cards didn't want to answer because, Didi, the cards have given you answers. You have to be patient. It may not be the answer you like, but it is the answer you need. And I do only have 7 more minutes, guys, before I'm going to close that stream. I'm going to go to the next subject, so if anyone has any more questions for the chat, just drop them in the chat. We're going to do social circle for the last card reading. So the social circle is the subject. The social subject, the social blah blah, tea first, then speaky. The last drawing we're going to do is the social circle. This is for your social networking, for your friends, for your family. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha. Finally get to put the octopus deck away. The Gay Tarot has all your social circle needs today. My lovely Gay Tarot. And this is the last reading, so go ahead and subscribe. And I will be back at 6 a.m. tomorrow. And if you want more of this content, yes, please subscribe. It really helps me and the channel out. Lets everyone know that this is something good to tune into. But this drawing is for our social circle. Oh, it is the moon. And there's some lovers there. So, oh, excuse me. So the social circle is going to be around your lovers in the night. Oh, it's talk about, in your social circle, there's going to be talk about who slept with who. And it's just going to be a lot of fun to talk about. Nice. That's a good reading to end on. Let's get see back in chat. Hold on. Do 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 do. And John says, yeah, that's why the cards came out about not dwelling on it. Exactly. Be patient. And Pitu says, cool, that's super interesting because me environment isn't the greatest, but my health also not, and I'm often asking, am I the problem or just don't belong here? Thank you for your work. Me, my, I meant. And John says, can we ask the Norse gods answered me? The other spells? Well, John, I am only here until 7:45. And that's ending soon. And I did just do my last drawing. So, if you come again tomorrow morning, I will answer your questions again. But until tomorrow, guys, subscribe, come back tomorrow, we'll do more readings, we'll have more fun. So I'm going to say goodbye. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say goodbye for the day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.